Hey, the first time you hit play on the Onkyo TX-NR7100, there's this moment where the audio stops feeling like an afterthought and suddenly feels like it's telling the story with you, like the soundstage finally grew up to match the picture you've been watching. This is for the kind of person who's grown tired of muddy dialogue, flat explosions, and surround sound that feels like it's in the room instead of around you. You know when audio just doesn't keep up, where a quiet scene feels lifeless or a big moment feels hollow, and you've been silently waiting for something that actually matches the energy of what's on screen. Before anything else, check the current price and stock so you know what's available right now. Receivers this capable don't hang around at stable levels when people discover what they're missing. You probably knew it was time to upgrade after too many nights where movies sounded flatter than they deserved, where footsteps in games lacked direction, or where music felt like it was in another room. You cranked the volume thinking louder might help, and it never really did. That's the moment you realize you've outgrown compromises and want a system that finally keeps pace with your expectations. Swapping to this feels like a release. The moment it's powering your speakers, everything feels anchored and intentional. THX certification doesn't just sound like a badge, it delivers cinematic depth that doesn't collapse under pressure. Directors don't mix sound into silence anymore, they place it around you. Dialogue stays grounded instead of buried, effects wrap around you with clarity instead of blur, and music finally has the presence it always deserved. Dirac Live out of the box doesn't just sit in the background, it listens to your room so your audio doesn't fight your acoustics. You don't chase balance, it finds it. That means what you hear actually matches how the content was meant to sound, not how your space skews it. In real life this changes how you experience everything. Blockbusters feel immersive because sound doesn't just move forward, it moves high, wide, and around. Games feel more alive because direction actually matters instead of just being noisy. Music hits with clarity instead of crowding, so each instrument feels present instead of just loud. Even everyday TV shows become more engaging because voices stay anchored and clear instead of floating under effects. Performance isn't just about specs, it's about confidence. Once you've lived with audio that actually keeps up with what you're watching and listening to, anything weaker feels like you're only partway there. If you're even slightly curious, don't let random stock dips or price jumps make the decision for you. Gear this capable gets claimed fast once people hear what it actually delivers. You might wonder if a receiver this full-featured is worth it. That doubt fades the moment hide and surround effects feel natural instead of just louder. Works with Sonos Certified means your ecosystem works together instead of fighting each other. All those channels don't just add numbers, they add space and direction. One surprise benefit most people don't expect right away is how balanced the whole experience feels. Not just deeper bass or louder highs, just right. Quiet moments stay detailed. Intense moments stay composed. Nothing fights for attention. Sound feels layered and immersive dialogue stays clear and grounded. Surround effects feel intentional. Music has depth and presence. Your room finally sounds alive. Thoughtful setup makes a big difference, and once you hear this, weak audio feels thin at a certain point, the comparison loop just ends. You stop bouncing between options and go with the system that already feels like the one you'll actually live with, the one that finally matches how you want to experience every moment. If you've outgrown flat staging, muddled detail, and receivers that can't keep pace with modern content, don't let this be the upgrade you delay and regret later. Check availability now, decide with confidence, and let your audio finally keep pace with the way you want to experience every scene.